Good afternoon, students. Today we will see test case design. So in previous session, we have covered test case generation. So test case design means in a previous class described what is a strategy and what are the things we need to involve while testing a process or a task. So here the strategy means one time error and the next multiple errors and the next triple errors and four and so on n errors. Like that we need to process. So we have seen this example also. In that example, we took a syntax which is having a definition which consists of 4 different definitions, and the last definition is having a combination. So what are the factors or what are the test cases will be involved to test this syntax here is we need to go with the step-by-step procedure. So the first one here is we need to consider the low level syntax, the low level or the lower syntax what we are providing, that is a definition. So here we didn't provide the definition of A type, B type or C type or other D type and D type. So what we have done only the syntax to be provided for the item. So lower level means we have the definitions for the definition of the item here. Okay, so here at this lower level we need to make a incorrect number and also we need to specify a correct definition also. And coming to the next one, wrong combination means in this last one we have the combination, we are providing a wrong combination for that processing, and what we are doing is we are adding another grammar to that one. So since we are having 4 such different grammars to that one, what we are doing is we are adding another grammar definition to that representation. And the fourth thing here is don't do anything. Don't do nothing means here we for processing we need to provide an input. Providing an input will specify the process to be accepted that string or the characters, that is the input what we are given, and we need to process these input by the design logic, and next we need to get the output. Whatever it is, what it is being, it is being providing a value to process. But what this step or what this test case is defining is no need to provide any values here. If we are not providing any values, then it won't process anything. Okay, if in a run, that is a programming environment, the programming environment input has a timestamp. What happens here, by exceeding the timestamp we won't be able to give the input there. That input run environment or the input what we are providing, where we are providing, will be expired there. So there is no input to be processed. So here too much means we need to provide the multiple errors for processing. And we have seen this definition graph also. The definition graph what is mentioned. So this is the normal one, and at the last we have seen the simplified one also, and we are having the definitions for each and every one. And we provided the errors here, how for first 1 level, next 2 levels, and the next 3, and the next 4th level. So here at the first level here is we are using the same syntax here, and we are providing the grammar as a grammar what we have mentioned for the processing of this new phone number as a wrong one. If you see exchange part and the 2 number parts, it's not like that. Exchange part and the number part only. So what we are doing, we are changing the grammar here. Here what we are providing here is we are taking the exchange part consideration and the number part consideration. So the definitions of the exchange part and the definitions of the number part. So it consists of the digits. Now what we are providing is we are not providing any digits to that one. If we are providing, what we are doing is we are doing 2 and then special digits and then 3 special digits, like that we are processing. In the third level, we are dealing with the input itself. Actually, it is a a digit. We are not giving it as a digit. We are providing the input other than the digit, whatever it is, means it is a symbol or any whatever the element we can provide as an input will be processed there, and we should get the output as invalid input here. So that these are the tests also we have provided for the processing, and this is the simplified graph which we are using here. So why it is being specified here is the number part consists of uh, ordinary digit. Ordinary digit consists of other digit, zero digit, and then special digit. So indirectly it is specifying we can use a special digit or a zero or a other digit. That's why it is being changed to here. This is the ordinary digit and this is the ordinary digit. So multiple times it is been specifying. So it has been taken as a 5. And what are the things we can use any among the 5 representations, not all at a time. Any one among the each and every time. First, it has been chosen the special digit, means based on the requirement. Based on the requirement, we can choose any processing here, but it has to be 5 times only. Okay, so that's a quick recap of the previous class, and we see the next one, that is a delimiter errors. So delimiters means, as I said, there are the whether it is a two field, whether it is a two words or the two lines or any two specifications, what it has to, it need to separate them. So what it is doing, it is delimiting from where it is been starting, from where it is ending, we should know. So for that processing, the one who is processing or the one who is been taking these delimiters into an account, we should know what are the delimiters and where to place these delimiters and where to end this one, and also where to start this representations here. So if you won't have this such information about the delimiters, what happens here? So it creates the test cases problems which are the not to be processed here. Coming to the types of the delimiters. So what are the delimiter errors here? So here the delimiter errors includes, the first one is a missing delimiter. So here what it causes is we didn't provided any delimiter that one, and we have been providing the processing. So he simply the delimiter here is the consider a grammar. Sorry, a grammar is there. So what is the grammar consist of here is, so take it as a S, capital S. Okay, and then next A, we are having the element, that is delimiter element, which is a forward slash AB, or simply it is capital A. Okay, so what is a capital A? We should write capital A is AA, and then next B, which followed by the B. Capital B, its definition is B, and I am representing as a null. Null is there. So here in this representation, we are writing the delimiters here. So what are the delimiters here is, here it is this one, what we are using, a forward slash, what we are using will enact as a delimiter for this one. If it is not placed, what happens here? So the grammar will change to, how it is being changed to, could be the grammar here, A space AB space capital A. That's all. So here S includes the grammar, or the definition of the S is A, AB, and A. So if we are having a missing delimiter in the grammar, then what it happens? It generates a grammar, or provides an input which is not even present there. Okay, and coming to the next one, here we are having printf statement is there, or simply int A comma B float C. Surely you know that there lies an error, because every statement what we are using will have a n endpoint there. So here what we need to do, we need to provide whether that is been processing or not. How it is going to process means we should know there's a separate thing to be processed. So here in this example, AB has been considered as a integers and the C is considered as a float, and we didn't end that statement and we started the other statement. So here what happens, it won't read these values here. It won't read these values, and then next it provide the a error at this point. Okay, an error at this point. And coming to the next representation, we used begin and end. So begin, and we provided some data here. So that is a program. After that, I'm gonna consider it as a begin A. Okay. After that, in that program only, we started another subprogram, which is a begin B, capital B. Okay. So there is a subprogram. What I have to do, I need to end B and then I need to end A before. Okay. We need to place this. If any is missing, what happens here is this particular representation has been considered as a error. And the similar example here is blocks. So how we are representing the blocks? We are representing the blocks by using flower brackets. So the usage of the flower brackets is this particular belongs to the this block 1. Block 1. Okay. And within this only, we are having another block. So if it is a if statement, if it is a for or anything, any block statement, so what it is, from here it starts. This is for the block 1 and this is for the block 2. From here it starts block 2. So where we have to end this thing, after finishing the logic of all these block 2, we need to write this one. If we fail to process this one, so here at this point, it is at this point the statements has been ended, but we didn't close that one, and the block 1 continues. Continue the statements there. So what happens? This one will be treated as block 2's. Actually, which one? That is a block 1 endpoint. But it will be treated as block 2's endpoint, and it will wait for the process here. Okay. So these are the multiple examples we are having where we are missing delimiters and we are processing. And coming to this one, second one, which is the wrong delimiter. Wrong delimiter means what? Wrong delimiter uses which one? Which is not belongs to that pair or which doesn't belongs to that processing. Simply specify int a comma b and full stop. What it means? Actually, full stop is an endpoint in the documentation or in the sentence formation. But here, the dot what we are representing is not a full stop. What we are representing is not a endpoint here. It is being considered as an operator. So wrong delimiter, we are can't use that one. Okay. And then next, we are using square brackets here. If we are using a square brackets, it will accept the ending square bracket only. If we are providing this one, that also be considered as an error. And then this one also. So we should know where to place and what are the delimiters we need to place for processing. So these are the first two representations. And coming to the next one, which is the not a delimiter. Not a delimiter means we are having some characters what we are using should not be put in that position. So here it is a delimiter. Yes, it is a delimiter, but it's not a delimiter in this environment. Okay. So what is the example means? Here in the previous example only I explained A comma B dot. It is a delimiter. Yes, it is. So here we need to provide the delimiter is belongs to the type or not. It belongs to the delimiter set, but it should not be used in this environment. That is the one thing. And all the things, all the statements, all this one, what we are providing, all the symbols won't enact as a delimiters. Consider the cap. Here it has been specified as a starting of the string. So it is not a delimiter. And the percentage and the dollar, hash, and the not symbol, and then negation, this one, and quotations. All these things are used for data providing. Only they will have the meaning, the separate meaning, but they won't use as a, they won't be used as a delimiter. Okay. Next one. Too many delimiters. Too many delimiters means we need to provide delimiters are used for separating that one, but using too many delimiters at a time will confuse a program or a programmer. Okay. So here in this representation, we need to specify that what are the delimiters and how we are going to use this delimiters, that's all. And what are the pair of the delimiters here? So they should have the meaning for processing. Next one is paired delimiters. Means explain this one. Paired delimiters are, what would be the paired delimiters? As I said, sorry, this is a pair, and this one, this one also, angular brackets. Apart from this, we have the another pair, that is begin and end. So here typographical errors will be considered while processing. So while you are using set of elements here, so we should be aware of that to end the delimiters here when we are using paired delimiters. Here see, I am using an example. This one A plus has started. This division has to be done. Actually, here I need to place a closing brace, but I didn't place, I forgot to place there. See then what happens. So there is no any problem here. So what happens here? By seeing, we can specify that typographical error is there. Means sometimes we type, when we are typing, so we times it double times. What they specify is, this is the typographical extra brace has been placed. We don't think that there is a missing brace here. So if we think like that, then there is no problem. We will place here missing brace here, and then next we will process that one. So this expression what we are doing has to be processed first, and then next we need to perform the addition and subtraction there. But this paired delimiters has been missed. Then what happens here? It has been considered as a another type of, means a plus b into c is been specified, and then it will be divided by the c by e, and the resultant value will be used by the f. And in the previous example also I explained begin and end. So where we need to start and where we need to end, we should know. If it is not like that, what happens here? The program won't be processed for further processing. So that is a paired delimiters. And the remaining, on the last one here is the tolerant delimiters. Tolerant delimiters here is, these delimiters or the processing what we are using will be tolerable. So here we are using an example, which is a format here. The message here is, or the string here is, the string to be processed here is ZC and ZC. So here, how we are going to specify these message here is, so in this representation, the where we are using in the communication format, we start the message, what we are defining here is a ZC and then ZC. So here the four characters what we are mentioned here is, we can specify any representations into that process. How can we have the bad characters here? The four ways of the bad characters here is, we need to specify errors at the four places here. The four places is being used by the hash mark. So where we can specify the errors here is at the first position and then at the second position. These positions what we are using has been left as a empty. That is a hash here. And then next one is the third position. And the last one is a ZC, Z, and which is uses the hash. So at these four positions where we mentioned, it denotes any character. This is being specified as a corrupted data. So whatever the data we are using, whatever the specifications we are using, so here the error will be, what could be the error will be here is, make it as a blank space. The first one, the first consideration is, won't use any data at any point, won't use any data, and it is being specified as a blank here. And the remaining here is, place the order of that one. So second or the second problem what we have here is, the order of placing is wrong. Order is wrong. Next one, order here is ZC, means we need to place the values there itself only. And the remaining one, and the third one here is, use other characters, other data or other characters here or symbols. Okay, so that is the third one. So what could be the answer here? In the place of the hash, first one, in the place of the hash, I am taking C, ZC. That is a wrong one. And the other one here is I'm taking one, C, ZC. That is also a wrong one. I'm taking another one at the rate C, ZC is also a wrong one. So here, another one here is just leave a space, C, ZC. So the blank space, the first character what we are mentioned is a blank, and then what we are using here, we are using the data which is not defined in that variable. So other one is we are using the data which is a set. The data set here is for this message. What is the data set? It consists of two elements, Z comma, two elements C comma Z. From the set only we took the value here. But what happens here? It being considered as a invalid. So these are all what we are specifying. These four what we are specifying are the invalid. Although you took the data which is a valid one from the set, but it is a invalid. Why so? Means the order of placing the C is not here. So where to place the C? It should be placed after the Z. After the Z or the before the Z. Means it should be placed before or after the Z, but where you placed it, placed before the C date. So what happens? It is been considered as a invalid. So that is a one thing. So here, these things what we have specified will be the tolerable. And coming to the next one, field value errors. So in this representation, in the this and that is about the delimiters. Field value errors means the fields has been specified now. So we should know the fields what we are using should have the values which suits that one. So here the representation is we should define the grammar. We should define a grammar to that one, and it consists of the not the Confucius ambiguous data. It must consist of the data which is only the to be not a contradictory one, not an ambiguity one. It should be considered as a truthful data. There only what happens here, this will be processed. For example, the syntax consists of the wrong data, or means it helps the wrong values here. What happens then? These values what we are providing for the grammar generation or this input or the generation, it will be as a wrong one only. Okay, so here the values what we are defined should be the correct one. And coming to the next one, there is a context dependent syntax errors. So context dependent syntax errors means here the components what we are using for these syntax means which are interrelated one. So in the previous sessions we have seen phone number depends upon the exchange part and the numeric and the number part. Exchange part depends upon the other digit and the next ordinary digit. Number part also depends upon the ordinary digit. So here what happens, the definition what we are providing should be the correct one. If it is not the correct one, what happens here? So if these are related values to the fields what we are having. See this example, the command is having the pilot field and syntax option. So what is a pilot field? The pilot field is consist of the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 numbers, and the syntax option consists of the options here which are n here, n options. So the specification here is, the specification what we are providing here is the command what we are using should be preceded by the one of this option one. Means what we are writing, the command field what we are providing should use the value, the pilot field value will consist of the one here. So we should define this syntax in a correct way. So there is no need to specify the other options or the other pilot fields into that one. So what it is specifying, the option one or the option two, option one, what we are providing, the option one should start with the one, and then option two should start with 2, option 3 should start with 3. Okay, so option 1's preceding value is 1, option 2's preceding value is 2, option 3 is 3. So there is no need to provide this data here. What we need to do, we need to provide the clear definition or the clear specification to that one. So option 1's preceding value is 1 here, option 2's preceding value is considered as a 2 here, option 3's 3 has been specified. So we should know, this process should know what the grammars here. So grammar means simply we are creating the field values here, and what it is doing, it is providing the data in such a way that we can define that syntax here. All the ways defining the syntax, all the way creating the values to that one is not a good thing. Why? Because we should know clearly what we are processing. So here what it is doing, it is been specifying that the options what we are using should start with the numbers here. So what is the numbers it is using? 1 2 3 here. So what we are making here is we are making the grammar a difficult one. So what we have to do, we need to provide the specification in here. So what it is doing, the options what we are providing should start with the pilot field, and it is mentioning it starts with the numericals there itself. So what I have to do, I need to add these pilot fields input into this one, and I need to create a syntax here. So this will be applicable and this will be accessible here. And the other one here is the state dependency errors. So here at the state, as I said in the previous class also, the string or the values what we are doing should be acceptable at that state only. Means that the step, by reaching that state only, the input what we are providing has to be accepted. If you are trying to give this input at the another state, what it is, the state won't accept the input, and it has been accepted also, it won't process there, because it has been designed in such a way. So the state what we are providing has to be consist of the inputs, and we need to take these correct input has to be delivered at the correct state. When we are what we are providing, if you are providing the wrong input, that one, it won't not to be accepted. So we should know what are the states, and at which state we need to provide here. Means at the what are the steps also. States means not only that one, what are the steps to be involved at this step, what are the data to be provided, this one for processing. So that's about the design. And what are the sources, means where can I find the sources of syntax here is, how can I, where I should the syntax here. So these are the factors which are providing the syntax to that one. So how many elements are there, all these things are not to be considered. So first we should read about the program or a process, and we need to generate the syntax here. So where I can get the data here is, the first one is the designer tester cooperation and design specification. So here consider if there is no any BNF specification in that one. So if any tester or the designer wants to create a grammar here, so the first what it is, the BNF specification doesn't exist here. What happens here, we need to create a documentation, and we need to provide the complete data about that processing, and we need to provide the that is a design specifications into that one. So if we are not using design, that is a BNF specification, which is used for the format validation test cases, if we are not specifying that one, we need to take the all these data into a documentation, and whatever the changes provided by that one, we need to make the updations here. So whether it is a complete one or a incomplete one, we should see for processing. So if the BNF specification is there, then there is no any problem. We will define the syntax to that one. We will test that syntax which has been designed by that one. And coming to the next one, manual as sources. So manuals means the instruction manuals or the reference or the any other manuals which has been provided by the previous historical one to get the data from that one. So here what it happens, if you want to get the data, you get the data of this process or anything, we should have the information about the previous one also. So this manual will help the way to handle this data. We won't, means it consists of the data, but it won't support you, means won't force you us to use that data only. What it is doing is, it is providing a guidelines for that processing. So the guidelines will be given by the third representation also, that is the help screens and the systems. So here the help command will be there, help command or question mark symbol what we are using for that. So here this will help you to know about the process what we are doing. If you are facing any problems, it will provide you the data. Means for example, frequently asking questions will be there. Now there also you are getting the answers for your problems there. And coming to the next one, data dictionary and other design documents. So we have the some internal meaning will be there. So internal header language means sometimes the metadata will be there now. So it depends upon the, or defines the data about the other data. Means we won't have the complete information by reading of that one. So what we have to do, we need to get the information about that one. So whenever we are dealing with the database also, it has the data. Means whenever you create the keys has been created, there's the data about the other tables here. By getting into that other table only, you will get the complete information. So data dictionaries also will help for the processing. Prototypes means here we need to provide from where the source will become, or from the where this language, these syntaxes we are taking, whether it is a popular one or not, whether it has been have a meaning or not, we should know. Means if you are creating a wrong one, then what happens here, it will take the another data into the account, and these input what we are considering won't be specified as a correct one. And the last one here is a programmer's interview. Programmer's interview here is a person to person interaction, and we will get the data from that one, from that people, and then we will study about that process, and we will design the test cases there. Whatever it is, there should be no ambiguity or the contradictions should not be provided, and it has to be considered that we should use the combinations which passes these values as a things that is with the test cases should be designed to prove that whether it is being designed in such a way or not. If we are getting any problem for the further processing, what we have to do, we need to stop that combination. No need to use this combination for further processingly, and don't make these test cases design as a complicated one. What happens here is the input what we are getting from this processing won't be understandable by the other people. So that's about today's class, ma. Thank you.